everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is recognizing a generational curse. Recognizing it, a generational curse. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, to get us started, I did pull a short video, and we have a letter. Let's watch this video. We're going to read the letter and talk about this issue. Recognizing a generational curse. Here we go.
How do you break a generational curse? What do you do? How do you close that door?
Great question.
Yeah, generational curses, familiar spirits don't happen by coincidence. There was agreement at some point in that lineage that opened the door to what was happening. So now, the same way that in the beginning God spoke, right? Somebody has to speak against it. So the Bible says every tongue that rises up against you, it says you shall condemn. And I love that scripture because it first starts off with no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But then it goes deeper. It says, and every tongue that rises up against you, you shall condemn. So, okay, yes, no weapon shall prosper, but how does it prosper? Somebody has to speak.
Wow.
And that's the place of prayer where you're now saying, in representing this bloodline, I'm coming out of agreement with this.
So the person watching this, I'm going to help you break generational curses that many of us still have, and you have to learn how to pick up on these things so that you don't pass this curse along to, your friends, your family, your kids, your whatever, right? You got to realize you have to change your program. Your forefathers, your ancestors, they were programmed to think a certain way. And majority of the time, the way they really thought got them killed. Realize it's not your fault. It's not your family's fault, but it is their fault at the same time. Realize now it's you. You are here for a reason. So what are you going to do to change the program of your family and a generational curse? Start meditating. Start changing your body. If you are successful, teach people how to be successful. Guide them to success. If you're eating right, if you're doing things that are different, if you're considered weird, the black sheep of the family, show people how it feels to be awake in a world full of illusions. Always remember, it starts with you, nobody else. You are here for a reason. You're here for a mission and a purpose.
All right, let's dive into this letter. And this letter is from a young man, and I welcome you to the channel. All right, he starts off by saying, I became DL, but with only one person. All right, for those of you who don't know what DL means, he means down low. All right, and down low is a term for men who sleep with other men. They have sex with other men. DL, down low, they are closeted gay men. Okay, here we go. He says, there's a history of incest in my family. Also, my uncle fondled with my testicles growing up. I was shy to talk to women. Also, I was embarrassed to be myself in crowds. My first sexual experience was with another boy when I was 13. I had one sexual experience that changed my sexual orientation. Well, the experience didn't change. You chose it. It's something that you chose. All right. And I'll tell you something. I think this is something that kind of runs in your family. Okay. So you chose to go along with it because you didn't know any better. All right. You didn't know that this was a curse in your family. I felt like I couldn't get any woman. I had extremely low confidence, anxiety, but I was ugly. But I'm not. I'm scared to date women. I haven't had a relationship with a woman, but something in me is still interested in women and attracted to them because that's your natural desire to have a woman. Anything else goes against that. And I believe that you are living under a generational curse. But you can break it. One way that you can break the curse is not to practice this demonic activity. Not to practice the activity. When you get the urge, if you get these urges to be with men, that's demonic activity. Walk away from that. Turn away from that. Okay? And as you turn away from that, you need to get on your spiritual path to get yourself cleaned out. Okay? Because you are carrying these negative energies and you are living out your family curse. Because if incest is in your family, these sexual perversions, it's a curse. And it's probably come up through your family generations. Now it's on you. All right? Now you be careful, because if you don't break this curse, 9 times out of 10, you're going to carry it to your children. And your children would do the same thing that you are doing. And people don't realize that this is demonic energy. Somewhere in your family, somebody accepted it, and now they just keep it going. Like your uncle touched you, that same demon will coerce you to touch somebody else. And then when you have your children, it'll be you want to touch them, and then they'll touch somebody else. You see, it's a generational curse, people. And there are a lot of curses, but this one comes up through families who practice incest. And it's one of the things that come out of it. Okay? Creating these down low men. And being down low is a choice. And personally, I think being gay is a choice. Granted, there are some men who are born more feminine than masculine. There are some women who, when they grow up, they are more masculine than feminine. But that doesn't mean they need to be lesbians. Just like the men, just because they have a lot of femininity in them, that doesn't mean that they need to be gay. But society will put it on them. Society will look at them and say, oh, you gay. Because you understand? And then gay men will come around you. And once you have that gay experience, then you will say, yeah, I'm gay. I'm gay. But I think society has a lot to do with pushing people in those arenas instead of just letting people be. Letting people be. Okay? Just like I've heard people who live a life of gayness and then decided they wanted to break that and be straight. And be straight, which is the natural order. Being straight, a man with a woman, is the natural order of things. Anything other than that is an abomination. It's an abomination. And it's not coming from me. It's coming from spirit. Because I did a lot of meditation on these issues. All right? Because when I was with the narcissist and found out that he was on the down low, I went into deep meditation because I wanted to understand what it was. And come to find out, he's living a generational curse from his family too. Same thing. Somebody, his family touched him when he was little. Now he's out touching other people. Probably it was a man, touching other people. And I think he was probably touched by a woman too, because he hates women. He hates women. Okay? Listen, these things are demonic. It's a demonic energy that's making this happen. Number one, because it's trying to destroy masculinity. That's the mission of this demonic spirit, to destroy masculinity, period. And then that will, without the masculine, we can't procreate. We can't procreate anymore. That'll be the end of us if all the masculines decide they want to be women. Okay? And men who are having sex with men, there's a threat that you're carrying diseases back to the women. All right? Men, if you are engaged in this activity, look in your family, because it could be a generational curse, and you could break the curse for your family. You could stop it in your lifetime, and it will not go on through your family. But it's really up to you, because you have free will to deny this demon. Okay? And you'll need to get on the spiritual path so you be strong enough, because the demon is very strong and very intelligent. Very intelligent. And the demon will put you in situations where you're engaged in this activity. And one way that the demon works with you is that if you drink alcohol. If you drink alcohol, alcohol is full of demons. You drink that, and there you go. There you go. If you're living under a curse of perversion, the alcohol would just make it easier for you to go into it without thinking about it. All right? You see, you can fight this. You don't have to live a life on the down low. Now, in the letter, you said that you are attracted to women. You need to stop the demonic activity first. Do not take this to women. All right? Get yourself clean out. And I say that you need to meditate on it. Meditate. Get yourself together. Get on a higher frequency. And meditation will help to raise your frequency. And understand who you really are. I think a lot of these things happen because people don't realize who they are. They just feel like, you come here, you live, you do all sorts of things, and then you die, that's it. No. You are a powerful, intelligent being. And you came here to learn and to help others. To help others raise their frequency to a higher vibration. And a higher vibration, you're not going to be living your life in lust. And lust is in low, low vibration. And that's where incest, this down low, gay, all this kind of stuff is in the low, and trans is all in the low vibration. It's demonic. It's demonic energy because it goes against the natural order. People, you can't change the natural order of things. So why go against it and make your own life miserable in the process? You want to be happy. You want to be authentic. You want to know who you really are. And you want to love yourself. Love yourself. And be happy with yourself. Okay? And sneaking around, being on the down low is not happy. You want to be an upstanding, wonderful man. And, I'm getting letters all the time from women who are looking for good, upstanding men. All right? And you can be one. But you need to break this curse. You need to cut it out of your life like it never happened. Now, you say you've only been with one person, but this demon is going to urge you to keep going down that path, because the demon has a hold of you right now. Okay? It's in your family lineage to do this. Just like it was with the narcissist that I was with. But see, when I was with him, I was a spiritual and I didn't understand it. And I didn't even realize that he was on the DL until I became spiritual. Because on your spiritual path, your spiritual guide will show these things to you, will reveal a lot of things to you. And that's why I encourage you to get on your spiritual path. And if you don't know how to start, in the video, all the way down at the bottom, I have a video of how I started my spiritual journey. Okay? Maybe you take a look at that video and be inspired to break this generational curse that you're living under and never go back and do it again. Never. Find yourself a night. Once you clean yourself out now, and that's going to you need to take at least a year of no sex with anybody. Clear yourself out. Go into meditation. Read. Do everything possible to raise your frequency. All right? Go out into nature and be happy. But when that demon comes in your ear telling you these things, don't do it. Forget about it. And if you meditate, you can be healed from this. And you won't get these urges anymore. Okay? If you decide to get on your spiritual journey. All right? And it's when I talk about spiritual journey, it's not a hard thing to do. It's the way that you live. It's the way that you think. It's the things that you do in life. Because you want to live your life on a positive frequency and only do good in the world. And only do things that are for your highest good. And that's how you change these things. That's how you can break these generational curses. People, it's a very easy thing to do once you have decided with your free will that you will not continue this curse. Okay? Once you do that, because you have the power to do it. It's just like if you wanted to stop smoking. When I was in college, I was a heavy smoker. Oh yeah. I could smoke 2 or 3 packs like nothing. Every day was a pack for sure. And one day I couldn't stand the smell because that smoke gets into your fingers. You can't get rid of it or anything. And one day I just said to myself, I don't want to smoke anymore. I want to be rid of this. And do you know, the next morning when I woke up, I didn't even have the urge to smoke. And I was addicted to smoking. I mean, a pack a day, and during those days, it was either a Coke or a Pepsi. I was done. That's all I needed. And I did that for years. Until that one day I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And that was it. And I never had the urge to go back to another cigarette from that day. So I know you can do it. People think that you got to go get, little things or whatever to help you to get over these addictions. You have the power. You have the power. All you got to do is confess it and mean it from your heart, and your body will respond to those commands. Know yourself. Love yourself. And trust yourself. Trust your intuition. I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps you. Now, those of you who may have a question that you want me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.